Hey guys, Spin here. So today I'm going to be going over how to field strip and remove or replace the extractor arm and spring in a Walther p22. First thing you want to do is drop the magazine and clear the weapon. 3-point check. Everything's clear. So the Walthers, it breaks down a little weird. By the way, it's a dead trigger if the mag's out of it. There's really no point in dropping the hammer when you release this slide to break it down, because you're going to have to jack the slide back again anyway. So there's two takedown tabs right here, almost like a Glock pistol. So what you want to do is, once the weapon is clear, is pull these tabs down. They can be kind of a pain in the butt, especially when they're not broken in. Once you pull those tabs down, you're going to feel this whole piece drop. Take your slide it back, lift up, and slide it forward. And just be careful, because your recoil spring sits loosely on the guide rod. I'm not a huge fanatic of that. Like I said in my last video, the 1911 style, this does remind me of that. 1911s used to do it too, because they have fixed barrels. They don't have floating barrels. I think they do make capture recoil springs on these. There's a little trick I'm going to teach you for reassembly on these. So once you have it apart, I've already done this to this, but in the so you have your extractor arm, and there's a spring in behind here that allows it to grab and throw. Under here, you might be able to see it right there. If it'll focus in. Sorry, not right there. That's where the spring is. Right here. There's a pin there. Oh, yep. You can kind of see it right there. Anyhow, you want to go through the top. Right here. Once you actually have the slide in front of your face, you can't miss it. It's an open hole. There's a roll pin in there. You want to go top to bottom. So you punch that pin out. When you do, the extractor arm and spring are going to fall out. You put in your new extractor arm and spring. It's a little tricky getting it back in, because you have to set everything and make sure everything lines up. Alright, so reassembly. Sorry to clean it while it was stripped down real quick. So reassembly, if you have the kit that came with it, you're going to see this little spiked plastic piece. If not, there's other things you could use. There is a way to slide the spring down and hold the end of the guide rod out so you can slide it through the slide. I tried it a couple times, didn't really work for me. So this does work for me though. So I've been sticking with this method here. So you basically go flat end to flat end. The end of your guide rod goes, this is going to be hard to show you without flashing you guys, but it is broke down and empty. So right in here under the barrel, there's a little notch etched out for the end of this guide rod, and I'll show you. And this end of this guide rod slides right in here, and that's where your guide rod stays. So upon reassembly, this is kind of what you want it to look like for the time being. This rounded end, you want to make sure is facing the slide, because that's going to guide you in the bottom of the slide here. So you take your slide and you want to put the nose of that guide rod end in and weasel your barrel in whilst going backwards. Once you get back far enough, it will spit that little rod out. You pull back, slide down, And this is where I always get a hang up. So this one does hang up. Give it a little push, and it slides right back in, and then you pop your takedown in. I'm guessing it's because the takedown wasn't down all the way, or this one just hangs up on reassembly. But that's when you function test it. That's taking down, replacing the extractor and extractor spring, and reassembly. So it's been Huntsman 32. It's great to see you guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Have a great night.